Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Chieftain.
Chieftain who?
Chieftain Live.
Hello and welcome to Chieftain Live. I'm J.A. Donde and this is my co-host, MC Fancy Boy.
Today's Chieftain Live is chock full of scintillating content. We have fill-in segments for you today.
That's right, MC Fancy Boy. And with that, we'll send you to our everyone's favorite Chieftain member, Jack Fitzpatrick, for factual facts with me, Fitz. Hey everyone, I'm Fitz and here are some facts. Mosquitoes have 47 teeth. The inside of a kangaroo's pouch is supposedly very stinky. A canary bird that can't sing will never find a mate. A squid has 3 hearts. Cows have best friends. Cancer death rates are down 20% in the past 20 years. There will always be amazing food you haven't tried before. We now have less crime, a lower death rate, and longer life expectancy than any other time in human history. Every year, the Netherlands sends 20,000 tulip bulbs to Canada to thank them for their aid in the Second World War.
Wow, that sure looked like fun. That guy Fitz really rocks my socks. He's a primetime player, a real PTP.
Hey, thank you, Fancy Boy.
In our next segment, we'll send it to our resident Josh Peck impersonator. Here's B9 with the weather.
I thought you said feather.
Wow, that guy really knows the weather like the front of his hand.
Trains.
Oh, what's that? I'm getting word we have a breaking story out of the sports science studio. We're sending it to you, John Brinkus.
John Brinkus couldn't be here today, so it's Tommy Schaefer here with Brother Eye Sports Science. Over the weekend, during MRP's performance of Guys and Dolls, our own senior, Justin Richmond, completed an incredible feat. He jumped over 6'6" senior Ryan Wofford. We put together some stats and calculated if he were 10 feet behind where he attempted this jump, he would have been able to clear a young giraffe with 10 feet to spare. If you don't believe me, you can hear it from Brother Ice's own physics magician, Mr. Barnes.
All right, Mr. Barnes, so what can you tell us about this jump completed by Justin Richmond?
You know, I wasn't there to see it, but I understand it was pretty amazing that, what's his name?
Ryan Wofford.
Wofford? Okay, so Wofford's a tall guy, and Justin was over here. And as I understand it, Justin took off and launched over this guy. And this is a perfect opportunity to talk about Newton's 3 laws. We study those in physics. So Justin had to push back with his foot on the stage floor, which is Newton's 3rd law. Everybody knows for every action there's an equal and opposite simultaneous action. So the floor actually pushed him forward. So Justin actually started to move across the floor at a very high rate of speed. I'm going to say like 15, 20 meters per second, Tommy, which is really moving. All right? So then he got to this point, and this is where Newton's 2nd law comes in. So he pushes off with an unbalanced force on the floor and launches himself. I guess he pushed off at the top of Wofford, launched himself up. Newton's 2nd law says there's an unbalanced force there, so he's accelerating over the top of Wofford, and this is where it gets good, guys, because now here comes Newton's 1st law. It's an object that's in motion wants to stay in motion at constant speed in a straight line. So now we got Justin taken off. He's going through the air. Let's get Wofford out of here. He's taken off in the air, but unfortunately there's an unbalanced force still acting on him. So the unbalanced force, as we all know, is gravity pulling him down. So here comes Justin coming back down again. So coming down, he's going to land. So now Justin lands. He's going to take off going past.
All right, Mr.
Barnes. So I'm not done yet.
All right, thank you, Mr. Barnes.
So he's still going, and if you think about what he just said, guys, wait.
All right, thank you, Mr. Barnes.
Hang on, you want to see my pictures of Newton when we went to
the
great site?
We got to go,
on a
Mr.
family
Barnes.
vacation?
Thank you.
Seriously?
Thanks for your time.
You heard it here first. Justin Richmond is a superhuman. This has been Tommy Schaefer with Brother Eye Sports Science. Back to you guys.
Well, John Brinkus wasn't there, but thank Edmund Rice, our boy T. Schaefer was on the scene.
While we're sporting sports, let's take it outside to hear the coldest takes you will ever hear in your ear holes. And welcome to Chieftain's Cold Burrett's Cold Takes. First up, Nolan.
My cold take is that Colin Watts is a bad athlete and has no onions.
Burr. Up next, Tommy.
My cold take is that Sante Dybowski's older brother, Sebastian, is better at sports than him.
Freezing. Next, Sante.
My cold take is that Ryan Ezreal is the worst swimmer in Brother Ice history.
And that's all we have for today. Wowzers, I need to put a jacket on. Those were freezing takes.
Yes, they were, Ryan. What do you think, Bobby? Nothing okay.
And we're back. Thank you for joining us for another edition of Chieftain Live. Make sure to check your iPads for the next edition of the Chieftain.
And as always, love and peace, Brother Rice.